Malaise era of American automobiles was from the mid-1970s to early 1980s. It was an era focused on fuel efficiency, strict emission standards, and rapid downsizing of automobiles. These were tough times for the U.S. automobile industry, since at no time in automotive history before it did cars undergo such drastic changes in such a short period of time. This led U.S. automakers to take shortcuts they would not have taken in the past. The end result was quality control issues and the loss of customers to import car brands. One of the exceptions was the 1978 to 1983 Ford Fairmont. It was a reliable, well-built American car that was also very inexpensive and fuel efficient. It was the perfect car for the masses at the time. The Fairmont was solid to the core when it was introduced for the 1978 model year. It was the first car to be built on the Ford Motor Company's new Fox body platform, which was a compact rear-wheel drive unibody platform that would be used by the Ford Mustang and many other successful Ford, Mercury, and Lincoln models. The 1978 to 1983 Ford Fairmont was a no-frills budget car that was the replacement for the no-frills 1970 to 1977 Ford Maverick, the 1981 to 1982 Granada, the 1980 to 1982 Thunderbird, and 1983 to 1985 LTD were the Ford brand's more upscale Fox body platform offerings. The Fairmont had very squarish and modern styling that was attractive to many buyers. There were 4 different body styles available: a 4-door sedan, 2-door sedan, 2-door coupe, and a 5-door wagon. The 2-door coupe was the most unique Fairmont from 1978 to 1983. It was known as the Fairmont Futura. It had sporty styling. The Ford Fairmont Futura would also be offered in the more mundane 4-door sedan body style for 1980 and 1981. The wagon body style would also be available as a Fairmont Futura model for 1981. For 1982 and 1983, the base Fairmont model was dropped, and all Fairmont body styles were Fairmont Futura models. The wagon was dropped from the Fairmont lineup after the 1981 model year. All Fairmont Futura models were standard with 4 square headlights, while all regular Fairmont models had 2 square headlights. The 2-door coupe version of the Fairmont Futura had the same unique semi-fastback roofline as the beautifully styled 1977 to 1979 Ford Thunderbird. Even though the Fairmont had for its time compact exterior dimensions, such as a 193.8-inch length and a 105.5-inch wheelbase, along with a curb weight just under 3,000 pounds, it had a roomy and fairly spacious interior. The interior, though budget-oriented, was attractive, modern, and had well-placed dash gauges and instrumentation. Vinyl seats were standard, with cloth seats being optional. A front bench seat was standard, with sporty front bucket seats being optional. The Fairmont was the first American-designed and built Ford car to have a European-style interior. The Fairmont's suspension, steering, and braking were modern for its day and more European in nature than its competitors. The Fairmont had an independent front suspension with a solid rear axle. The suspension had coil springs at all 4 corners, with the front having a McPherson front strut and torsion bar setup, along with an anti-sway bar. The steering was a precise European-style rack and pinion setup. The Fairmont was standard with power brakes. From 1978 to 1980, there was the availability of the ESO package, which was only available on the two-door sedan or four-door sedan Fairmont. This package consisted of stiffer springs, a rear anti-roll bar, revalved shocks, 14 by 5.5-inch alloy wheels, and performance-oriented DR7814 steel-belted radials. The ESO's handling was first class for its day and would please any European touring car fan at the time. The ESO also included European-style exterior black trim and accents. The Fairmont was equipped with the following transmissions: 3-speed manual for 1978 only, 4-speed manual, and 3-speed automatic. The base engine for the Fairmont was Ford's 2.3-liter single-overhead cam 4-cylinder engine, which produced 86 to 92 horsepower and 117 to 122 pound-feet of torque, depending on model year. There was also a turbo version of this 2.3-liter single-overhead cam 4-cylinder engine, which was just available for the 1980 model year. It produced 120 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. Available from 1978 to 1983 was a 3.3-liter inline 6-cylinder engine, which produced 85 to 91 horsepower and 154 to 160 pound-feet of torque. Next up the food chain was a 2-barrel carburetor-equipped 4.2-liter small block V8, which was available for the 1980 to 1981 model year. It produced 115 to 119 horsepower and 194 to 195 pound-feet of torque. The best engine option from a performance perspective was only available in the 1978 to 1979 Ford Fairmont. It was the 2-barrel carburetor-equipped 5.0-liter V8, which produced 139 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. Car and Driver magazine, September 1977 issue, test drove a 1978 Fairmont 4-door sedan with a 5.0-liter V8 and a 3-speed automatic transmission, and obtained 0 to 60 miles per hour in 9.4 seconds, and the quarter mile in 17.0 seconds, which was quick by late 1970s standards. It should also be noted that Mercury offered from 1978 to 1983 a rebadged Fairmont called the Mercury Zephyr. About 500,000 Zephyrs were produced versus the 1.6 million Fairmonts that were produced during the same time, making the Fairmont a massive sales success for Ford. The Fairmont would be Ford's last American market rear-wheel drive compact car. It was replaced for the 1984 model year with the front-wheel drive Ford Tempo. It can't be overemphasized how popular the 1978 to 1983 Fairmont was. The 1978 Ford Fairmont had a base price of only $3,744 back in 1978, which is the equivalent of $18,106 in 2024. With all its great attributes, at such a low base price, it is no wonder why the Fairmont was such a big hit with buyers back in the day. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Please subscribe, since your support is the reason this channel is a success. And please make sure to click on the bell icon so that you never miss a new video release.